Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, because you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
And we are about to jump straight into this live debate between me and Coach Shelton Harrison, Combat Sports. This was really fun. It took place, I believe, Friday night. Yeah, it took place Friday night. I went to his channel. You know, we just did a little, I called into his show, and it was a debate. I was on the side, Team Kayla Harrison, and Coach Shelton Harrison is one of the biggest Cyborg fans and defenders out there. One of the most knowledgeable WMMA channels I've ever found. Actually, the most. I don't even know any other channels that just cover WMMA to the extent Coach does. And so as me, I'm a fan of MMA and WMMA. I mean, they're mixed. You know, UFC 226 is going to have likely it's not just one, you know what I'm saying? So I like them both. I pay attention to them both. But as far as the WMMA, you know, that's Coach's forte, as well as boxing as well. So he's got the WMMA knowledge a lot more than me. He watches the Invicta fights and all of that stuff, you know, girls before they get to the UFC. Coaches probably saw their fights, broke down some of their tape, film study, and all of that. So I'm dealing with an expert here when I'm talking about WMMA. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage when I talk about WMMA. Also, I'm on the side of Kayla Harrison, who's only had one pro fight. And Coach, he's on the side of Cris Cyborg, who's already known as the greatest pound-for-pound female fighter as far as skills and size is concerned in the world. And my point, my side of the debate is the Kayla Harrison side, why I think she has what it takes to, in the future, possibly dethrone Cris Cyborg, or at least why she's going to deserve and make her way to that title fight. And so we're going to talk about that, and Coaches on the side of Cris Cyborg. You know, I'm the GOAT. This might be just another hype job coming up. So I'm not going to spoil the debate. I'm just going to say, if you enjoy the debate, make sure you guys subscribe to CSH Combat Sports, especially if you guys are interested in WMMA and boxing, because that's Coach's specialty. Now, he's a little bit biased at times. I know some people tell me that, you know, they don't like the bias, but I'm just saying he's biased but balanced. And if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to drink it. But personally, I enjoy Coach's channel, so I suggest you check it out if you also enjoyed this debate. I'll put a link in the description box, and without further ado, let's jump right in to the debate between CSH Combat Sports on the side of Cris Cyborg and your boy Full-Time MMA on the side of Kayla Harrison's potential.
Well, guys, welcome. We're gonna do a live debate. Me, Full-Time MMA. We about to get it in, guys. We about to get this work in. Okay, we got two different views on the whole Kayla Harrison situation. Guys, this debate finna be lit. Okay, I've already sent my brother. I've already sent him that. I've sent it to him, and he should be coming in here very shortly. And Full-Time ain't ducking nothing. Okay, Full-Time legit. And shout out to Full-Time, man, for taking this debate, man. What the debate is on, basically, if, you know, Kayla Harrison in the future, you know, he's not saying like she'll be able to do it tomorrow, but in the future, will she be the one that beat Cris Cyborg? So I'm not gonna go into my opening statements, okay? Probably though, I don't know. See, a moderator be good. I wish I had Amazing Eric, but it may have to be Mary. You know, Mary, you might have to keep us from talking over each other. So, you know, maybe I can get you up in here, and we can, you know, kind of keep it, you know, like orderly, because both of us, we got strong personalities. Nah, Mary, we ain't, come on now. You sound like all them trolls that be picking at him now. Don't do that. That's my boy. He a good time. It's gonna be a good debate, man. And I'm gonna let him. Okay, Mary. I don't know. See, Eric. See, I need Amazing Eric, but he's not here, you know, as a moderator. But I don't know, Mary. You might have to see if you can do a moderator. Okay. All right. Ed Harris III, my man, Full-Time. What's going on, bro?
Let me make sure I mute this so it's not echoing in the background.
Okay. All right, man. We gonna. My man, Full-Time. What's going on, bro?
Oh, there it is. So let me make sure I mute this. All right, there we go. Not much. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, man. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Hey, man, we finna get it in, man. We're gonna get it in. And guys, while you're here, go subscribe to the channel. I'm proud of the hardest working man in MMA, full-time MMA. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Mary be the moderator, and basically, Mary, all you're gonna do is just make sure that we're not talking over each other, and we're allowed to get our points in and pretty much like that. Okay, so Mary Thomas is she's gonna be the moderator. Okay, so and she'll keep it fair because she don't really have a horse in the race. Mary could give 2 F's about anything really, so.
Sounds good.
And she's not gonna be biased. Trust me, Mary disagrees with me all the time, so. That's what it is. Okay, guys. So, and for all y'all, you guys are saying, link, give me a link, give me a link. No.
Plug in headphones. Am I echoing anybody? Am I echoing?
Nah, you sound great. You sound great, man. Okay, Mary Thomas has the link. Okay. And of course, man, I'm gonna let you. I'll let you have you say, man. You go ahead. Okay.
I know it's gonna be hard to convince if it's gonna be hard to convince anybody, it's gonna be you, Coach. But I think you might be on the Harrison wagon after tonight.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. We got to show and prove. All right. So we're waiting on Mary Thomas now. Mary, the link has been sent. We're waiting on you.
What's good, Reggie the Tree? I see.
I see, man. I see him. And guys, moderators. Okay, listen. We want to keep the focus on what we're talking about. People coming in here trolling, man, or coming in here saying just dump, man, block them. Okay, go ahead and block them. Okay, just block them. Going to get them up out of there. Don't even time them out, man. If they want to do stupid stuff, they want to, anybody coming on here, anything with kind of full time or picking up, man, block them. Going to get them out of here, man. Because we're not. I'm not finna tolerate disrespect of the homie. Can't do that. No more. It was cute at first, but no more. Okay. All right, TC Johnson ready, man. Okay, everybody ready. We got your back over here full time. That's what we do over here.
I appreciate it.
We got his back, guys. I want to see this dude get over 10,000 subs for the summer over, man.
Both of us.
Yeah, man.
Working together like this, we should be able to do it.
Okay. All right. So, Mary, you in? Let me see where Mary at. But we got a nice little crowd, though. See, next year full time, we'll be doing these live streams. And guess what, man? We'll probably have about 200 people in there by next year, man.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, man. That's what it is. Okay, my man Keegan Corleone, LDBC, definitely, man. LDBC in the house. We got these wrenches. Hey, you guys get out of line. They're going to slap your asses with these wrenches. Oh, PG-13. They're going to slap you with these wrenches. Okay? All right, we just waiting on my girl, MT.
Okay.
Oh, there she go.
Ready to get in some tonight?
Oh, say what, Mary?
I said, are y'all ready to get in some ass tonight?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Today,
maybe after the stream, PG-13 chill.
Yeah, we're going to keep it totally PG-13. We're going to try, okay? All right, Mary. So you pretty much know how to moderate, right?
To a certain extent, yeah. I've listened to Amazing Eric a lot, but, that doesn't mean I'll be right on his skill level.
That's fine. Basically, we just can't talk over each other, and I got to allow him to complete his points. He got to allow me to complete mine. And then, basically, you can't have an opinion. You kind of have to be unbiased.
Okay, Coach. So since you like to be courteous and all, do you want full time to present his opinion first?
Of course he can.
Okay. All right. Well, this is my thing. As far as Kayla Harrison is concerned, I think Kayla Harrison and I don't think it'll happen before that, but I do think Kayla Harrison has the potential to dethrone Cris Cyborg. Not anytime soon. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying what I saw last night. She can beat Cris Cyborg today. What I'm saying is give her 3 years, 4 years. And in the meantime, that gives Cyborg going to become more comfortable as a champion. Kayla Harrison is a hungry fighter coming up. And also, Kayla Harrison has grappling skills that I don't believe Cris Cyborg has faced to date. Also, right now, she made her MMA debut at lightweight. Cris Cyborg has been fighting a lot of bantamweights in her UFC career, and it's not her fault. The division hasn't been there. But once she even starts to face legit featherweights, will they have the skills to beat Cris Cyborg? Well, if you're looking at Megan Anderson versus Holly Holm, probably not. but there is a featherweight out there that's on the rise in Kayla Harrison that I believe will be able to challenge Cris Cyborg. And it's not just about the Ronda Rousey comparison. Everybody used to want to see Ronda Rousey versus Cris Cyborg. It was a fight before Ronda Rousey was what some people would call exposed. That's a fight that everyone wanted to see. Ronda Rousey versus Cris Cyborg. But it never happened. And one of the things about that was Ronda Rousey was always a bantamweight and Cris Cyborg was always a featherweight. So there was the weight issues with that fight. That's not going to be here for this fight. Did Ronda Rousey have the skills to beat Cris Cyborg? No. I don't think anybody does today. Ronda Rousey, hell, in 10 years would have never been able to beat Cris Cyborg. But there's a difference between Ronda Rousey and Kayla Harrison. I feel like Kayla Harrison, she's coming over not as an Olympic bronze medalist, but as the two-time Olympic gold medalist. She was able to take it farther than Ronda Rousey did twice. And she spoke about whenever she was in the Olympics, she was in Ronda Rousey's shadow. She felt like that's who I want to be better than. She's got all the attention. She's got all the accolades. I want to work harder and become better than Ronda Rousey. And she was able to do that. She not only did better than a bronze medal, but she did it twice. Now she's taking that same mentality to MMA. And all of 2017, she didn't just jump into MMA straight from judo. She did a whole year of hard training and preparing herself just for her debut. And when she was doing that, she was training with Eddie Alvarez, Marlon Moraes, Frankie Edgar, Zabit. She's not training with just Edmund Tarverian and Travis Brown. She's actually training with real UFC champion high-level training camps and teammates. Now she's moved from Frankie Edgar and Eddie Alvarez's camp to AT&T, where she's with Amanda Nunes and Joanna Jacek, current UFC champion, former UFC champion. And in a recent interview, she said, I look at them now as the Ronda Rousey back in judo. I see where they're at. I see what they've accomplished in the sport, and I want to be better than them. And also, she's mentioned Cris Cyborg's name before her debut. She said, I know that everyone's going to want to see me fight Cris Cyborg in the future. And I'm not getting into this sport to be average. I want to be the best. And in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. And that's Cris Cyborg. So I think she's going to be working for these every single day for these next 2 or 3 years, just day in, day out. Every time Cyborg fights, Kayla Harrison's going to be watching it. Every time Cyborg puts out sparring footage, Kayla Harrison's going to be watching it. She's going to be training with killers. She's going to be moving her head. And she's also going to have possibly size on her, the size advantage. And as far as Cris Cyborg's never fought somebody, to my knowledge, as big as Kayla Harrison. And if she has, I don't think they're as skilled as Kayla Harrison as far as grappling. In the UFC, Cyborg has been fighting a lot of bantamweights. Like I said, that's not her fault. But at the same time, Kayla Harrison, which I have every reason to believe she will get to Cris Cyborg, because I think she's got a smart team around her, a manager. She's going to have one of the best managers. I would think that her promotion is going to help push her. They're not going to just throw her to the wolves, and she's not going to take a stupid fight. And in the meantime, I think she's just going to do nothing but get better. And so if she ever fought Cris Cyborg, I think she's going to present a lot of challenges Cyborg may have never faced. And she's going to be that hungry fighter, and that's her ultimate goal. That is her end game. She's not in it for the money. She's not taking stupid fights because she needs to feed her family. She's not taking desperate fights. She's taking every fight that's going to put her in place to ultimately become the UFC featherweight champion. Now, I'm done.
Now, you said that sometime in the future, when she evolves enough, that she'd have the skill set to really give Cyborg some trouble. So how far in the future are you talking? Okay. Do you think a couple of years, or do you?
I mean, yes, I think 2 years might be too early, but I think 4 years would be enough time. 3 years might be rushing it just a little bit, but I'm not going to come out here and be stupid and say, to tomorrow. From what I saw last night, I think if Cyborg fought Kayla Harrison tomorrow, it would be very bad. It would be very bad. But because Kayla Harrison's going to have to figure out, in my mind, how to get Cyborg get past, Cyborg striking. Cyborg striking is going to be on a whole nother level, and as of right now, it still is. So I think she's going to need experience and time to grow, just to the point where she's comfortable enough, I think, Because I think her path to victory of Cris Cyborg would be in a clinch, kind of like she did last night. Maybe try and get Cyborg in a clinch to ultimately take Cyborg down. And me personally, I've never seen Cyborg on her back fighting a fighter that's bigger than her, that might have a grappling advantage, that might be, you know what I'm saying, as strong as her, as athletic as her. And is Cyborg 100% as athletic and strong, or is Kayla Harrison 100% as athletic and strong as a Cris Cyborg? I can't say that, but I do think that she's got the drive, the will, and the hunger, and everything that it's going to take, the team, the training partners, the training camp, and the skill set and the mentality that it's going to take to become well-rounded enough to where in the future, if they do fight 3 or 4 years from now, that I feel like all she's going to need to do really, and it's not all she's going to need, it's going to be harder than that, but I feel like her path to win would be with grappling. And but to answer your question though, 3 to 4 years.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's a good opening statement. Let me go ahead and address this one thing, okay? Cris Cyborg not fighting any featherweights in the UFC. Well, that's not true, because Yana Kunitskaya actually is a lot bigger than bantamweight, okay? Matter of fact, you know, she's actually campaigned at featherweight before, and then she moved back down to bantamweight so she can be the Invicta bantamweight champion. So Cris has experience. Matter of fact, we can address a lot of points, like Cris being on her back. Gina Carano got Cris on her back. Cris was able to get back up. And you know, Gina Carano was big. She's real big. And she walks around big. She was almost just as big as Cyborg was when they fought. Okay. You also got Marloes Coenen. Okay, now we can address the grappling issues, okay? Marloes Coenen, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Abu Dhabi, okay? Well, Marloes Coenen she's a Dutch champion, okay? She's a Dutch champion. And, you know, she's a Dutch champion. And also, Marloes Coenen is actually a well-rounded grappler. And Cris Cyborg completely demolished her. Marloes Coenen is a pure featherweight. She was one of the pure featherweights, okay? A lot of the people that Cris fought early in her career, they were actually heavy, because in the concept, the inception of the sport, a lot of people who were not in their right weight classes, they had to fight each other, because some of the weight classes were not defined, and there was, like, you know, there was a featherweight, and they had bantamweight, but it was really hard to get opponents, so you had to fight who you can fight. I think even Kayla Harrison trained for 6 years, okay? She couldn't be on a level, because, see, when you're inside of a judo competition, it's different. It's a lot different. You know, you don't have to worry about defending leg strikes. You know, you don't have to worry about people, you know, trying to shoot on you with a single leg or a double leg. You don't have to really worry about that too much. Most judokas, they're trying to grab you in the mid waist, and they're trying to rotate you, you know, over the side of their hip. That's what they're trying to do. So you don't really have that threat. Now, let's take the judoka. Let's put them inside of an octagon. Let's put them inside of an octagon, a cage, okay? See, not a mat with limited spacing, okay? We talked about an octagon, where your foot movement, okay, your foot movement is going to play a key. Where your cage, okay, you can use the cage to your advantage to beat some of these judokas, okay? Let's look at what Holly Holm did to a judoka in Ronda Rousey, okay? She used her footwork and she picked her apart. Kayla Harrison, you know, her footwork, to me, even with the little bit of time that I saw, I didn't really see any true evidence that she's actually great on her feet, okay? She's good in the clinch, and she can take you down. But she did what a judoka with no striking experience is supposed to do. She was supposed to come in. She was supposed to take you down. She's supposed to submit you, because that's what she knows, okay? She's going to have a tough time dealing with a well-rounded fighter. See, when you get into mixed martial arts versus, you know, being on a BJJ mat or being a judoka, now you got to deal with these girls who are strong. Okay, you got to deal with these girls who can stuff the takedown. Okay, you got to deal with these girls like Cyborg that can fight inside on the clinch. That's where Cyborg's Muay Thai training comes in. See, ever since Cris Cyborg lost a Muay Thai bout to Jarena Jojo Bars, Cris Cyborg has been fine-tuning her Muay Thai game with some of the best in the business. Okay, she's been going to Tiger Muay Thai. You know, Tiger Muay Thai, you know, Valentina Shevchenko, they go there. And, you know, Cris has been tightening up that clinch game. That's why she's not really worried about, you know, who's taking her down. I mean, even Yana Kunitskaya got Cris Cyborg down. What did Cris do? I mean, you know, she's what, a high-level brown belt? She's about to be a black belt in BJJ. She was able to get back up. And I think Kayla Harrison, when you're dealing with these kind of variables, okay, when you're dealing with a lot of different variables, and when you're dealing with an opponent as athletic as Cris Cyborg, who's seen many more high-level strikers, she's been through many more ground, you know, people who are skilled at ground. I mean, you know, like Cris Cyborg, you know, she fought against Vanessa Porto. She fought against Marloes Coenen. Gina Carano was pretty efficient on the ground. She fought against Tanya Eminger. See, sometimes with wrestling, you know, and grappling and judo, a lot of times it's your skill set. I mean, why do you think that a fighter like Mackenzie Dern, why do you think that she could beat somebody in a BJJ matchup against Gabby Garcia, who probably outweighs about 80 pounds? It's technique. Cyborg has seen a lot of technique. Okay, she's seen an extremely amount of good technique, good technical fighters. Okay, and these fighters she was able to overcome. She was able to do it because she's been working on her ground game. Cris Cyborg is literally probably months away from being a BJJ black belt, but it's underrated because that's a skill set that she's never had to access because she's never really had a person to really try to challenge on the ground. The toughest person.
Now we do.
No, we don't. I mean, because I don't think Kayla Harrison can. I don't think she bet on the ground in Marlowe's Conan. I'm sorry. I don't think she can do it. I don't think. If Kayla Harrison, and when you talk about the Abu Dhabi, now listen, that's the best of the best. See, that's every different type of grappling style, okay? Cris Cyborg, I mean, Marlowe's Conan won that. I mean, you go into every single different type of grappling style there is, and you come out on top, and you come out a winner. That's the mark of a true grappler. That's the true mark of a good wrestler.
But was she able to get Cyborg to the ground though? You're gonna have to be able to get Cyborg to the mat.
She was able to get it to the ground and look, she was able. Okay, in that second fight, she was able to do so. But listen, the thing of it is though, Cris Cyborg understands how to fight up off her back. This ain't gonna be no Brittany Elkin. Okay, this ain't gonna be some USA judo match where you go in there and you're bigger and stronger than the person that you're going against. That's not how this gonna work. Okay. Cris Cyborg immediately, as soon as she get in, she gonna let that Muay Thai.
That's what I'm saying about Cris Cyborg, though. She's used to being stronger.
Hold up. She gonna let that Muay Thai clinch. Okay, that Muay Thai clinch is gonna take over, and Kayla Harrison is gonna experience what a real inside game is. See, Brittany Elkin not gonna show you that. Okay, Brittany Elkin don't have that kind of. She don't have an inside game. Cris Cyborg do, and it's nasty. When Kayla Harrison when she get delivered with a few knees, when she get delivered with a couple of exit elbows, the first thing she gonna do is back up. When she start getting leg kicks, see, there are absolute levels to this, okay? And Cris Cyborg, even if she wanted to fight the distance, she'll be able to keep the distance with the leg kick. See, she's not adept. Cris Cyborg done seen so many more grapplers. She's seen a lot of them. I mean, you know, she come from a school of Vale Tudo, okay? I mean, she come from the school of Vale Tudo, man. Look, man. When you got people coming out of the shoot box program, all they know how to do is to destroy you, okay? And when you take somebody like Cyborg, an athlete like Cyborg, okay, for years and years, Cris Cyborg been a part of Vale Tudo and shootbox, okay? I mean, she's been a part of that program for years, man. And in that program, you've got like a lot of people like what, Anderson Silva, he was a part of that for a while, okay? Wanderlei Silva was a part of that for a while. These guys, they dominated. They dominated for the time that they were, you know, they were still active and they were actually in their prime. They dominated. Well, now you take Cris Cyborg, this mega athlete, okay, who's rehomed her game. Now, instead of being a pressure fighter, just come in and maul you to death before, okay, nah, she don't do that no more. Cris Cyborg technically breaks down a fighter. She technically break him down. And she break him down and she beat him, okay? She beat him at their own game. I mean, Holly Holm was supposed to be this great striker. She beat Holly Holm at her game. Marlowe's Conan, you know, won the Abu Dhabi. Okay, one of the most prestigious tournaments, okay, in grappling history. I mean, that tournament is almost second to none. Now you got the Eddie Bravo, you know, they're trying to, you know, make that a big deal. Nothing is bigger than the Abu Dhabi. Okay, Cris Cyborg going in there decimating opponents, man. I'm talking about they medal in that tournament. They medal in that tournament. That's just how it is, okay? They medal in that tournament. And I'm going to finish my opening point here, okay? With that kind of experience, okay? With that kind of experience, when you see that kind of experience and you've had that experiences, I'm telling you, there's almost nothing, and the coach means there's nothing that Cris Cyborg hadn't experienced that Kayla Harrison is going to present. She done beat judokas before. She done beat the best BJJ. Who?
Yeah, judokas. I'm talking because I'm thinking Kayla Harrison judoka like two-time. You know what I'm saying? A gold medalist.
It's a difference, man. It's a difference. Kayla Harrison, in order for her to be effective, she's going to have to actually learn how to wrestle. And there's a difference between judo and wrestling. And she's going to have to learn some points. Because I'm telling you, all the judokas, the ones that are pure judo experts, they're not prepared for the single leg takedowns or the double legs. A lot of them, they're not prepared for that because they're not used to seeing it. I'm telling you, man.
Ronda Rousey fought Sarah Kaufman, right? She's a strong, or who did she fight that was a strong wrestler? Sarah McMahon. Sarah McMahon. She's a strong wrestler, and she was a judoka.
Right, but see,
Ronda Rousey was a judoka, and she was able to succeed versus the wrestler Sarah McMahon. And this is even better than Ronda Rousey.
But this is after Ronda Rousey had already gotten a little acclimated. Okay, she had already gotten a little bit acclimated to the whole game, and see, now she worked on some of her wrestling versus her judo. But see,
Kayla Harrison's going to be doing that as well, but at a higher level. She's going to take it to a higher level than Ronda Rousey. She's going to be working on her wrestling with people like Frankie Edgar and Amanda Nunes, and not Edmund Tarvarian. She's going to be doing everything Ronda Rousey did at a higher level.
The reason why those people are saying that, because they know that that's a money fight, man. Look, Amanda Nunes don't think for 1 minute that Kayla Harrison can beat Cris Cyborg. Amanda Nunes looking at this like, look, I'll go up to 145. Okay, I'll fight this girl because you know what? That's going to be the coming of Ronda Rousey. Man, look, you got people in gyms saying this stuff, man. You know, people, they respect her judoka skills. They respect her. They respect her ambition. They respect her drive. They respect her hunger. But guess what? The thing of it is, man, they see a money trail, okay? They see a money trail on this. This girl, she get into the octagon, Cris Cyborg. Cris Cyborg going to start doing them veteran tricks on that girl. Okay, Cris Cyborg gonna eat her up with a right hand. She gonna try to rush in. Cris Cyborg gonna catch her with another right hand, and it's gonna be she getting dropped. Okay, I'm just telling that's what's gonna happen. We've seen it before, man. When you get a judoka in there, that's their background. And Ronda Rousey had been fighting for years until she fought Holly Holm. What was Ronda doing? The same thing, trying to rush in, trying to grab, trying to take him down. But now she got against. Now she went against Holly Holm, who her takedown defense is very good. And then you get somebody who can move around. You get somebody who's strong, they can move, they got good takedown defense. That's the recipe for a disaster for a judoka.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, Coach, but I don't think you understand what we're dealing with here. We're not dealing with a judoka. We're not dealing with and I don't know anything about Valley Tudo, but I know about Valley two-time. This is the two-time gold medalist. Whatever Ronda Rousey was able to do, and listen, like you said, whenever Ronda Rousey fought Sarah McMahon, she had time to get her feet wet. Guess what Kayla Harrison hasn't had yet, and everyone's already acting like she should be fighting, or she's going to be able to fight Cyborg tomorrow. She hasn't had that time. She's had the time. She's preparing. I think she's already right now today farther than a lot of people think as far as her skills are concerned. Just from the year she took, the training with the highest level camp, with Frankie Edgar, with Eddie Alvarez, Marlon Moraes, like that's a camp full of killers. She's transitioning, and she's not just a normal judoka. I kind of understand what you're saying when you say this is the recipe to beat a judoka, but this isn't just a judoka. This is the best judoka we may have ever seen in the history of judo. As far as the Olympic gold medals are concerned, would prove that she's a two-time gold medalist. Ronda Rousey was only a bronze, and we all saw what Ronda Rousey was able to do. She was able to submit girl after girl after girl after girl after girl.
And then she took an ass whooping when she beat somebody when she beat somebody who actually
she fought a counter striker, and she wasn't able to get the fight to the ground. So that is a potential. That I'm not saying that Cris Cyborg. I think if the fight would remain standing, and just before I touch on that, you said you don't think in 6 years Cyborg or she would be on Cyborg's level.
Nope.
This is another thing.
Nope.
In 6 years, Cyborg's going to be 38. Kayla's going to be like 31, 32. So age catches up to everybody. Cyborg's not going to be the champion when she's 48. She's not going to be the champion when she's 45.
It don't catch up to a person that don't take punishment. Cyborg has literally been undamaged throughout her career, man. So she don't take
not
punishment.
If she's training to get better. If she's training with other fighters, she's taking punishment and training. You can't be the best in the world if you're not training hard rounds in the gym. She's probably training with guys because she's the best female fighter on the planet. Just training with Valentina Shevchenko is going to maybe give her some technical skill, but Cris Cyborg, if they were to fight, would beat up Valentina Shevchenko. So she might be able to learn some Muay Thai and stuff like that. But as far as who's going to push Cyborg to beat a legit strong, and that's another thing. Who has Cyborg fought that's as strong as Judo Kayla that's as skilled? You brought up Marlos Conan, but honestly, I have no clue who Marlos Conan is. Who is Marlos Conan?
That's a problem. That's a problem. Hold on.
You said she was in Abu Dhabi. This isn't jiu-jitsu.
It is. They do. I see the
Abu Dhabi.
The Abu Dhabi consists of everything. The Abu Dhabi consists of everything. It consists of jiu-jitsu, judo. It consists of all of the grappling arts. And Marlos Conan was able to be successful from that, man. Marlos Conan, most of her wins, man, she can submit you from anywhere. She's one of the best technical grapplers to ever step into the octagon. So now, to say Marlos Conan not on that level, that's not good. And Vanessa Porto, one of the best technical grapplers.
Could somebody in the chat tell me Marlos Conan's credentials? I'm looking her up right now. Marlos Conan.
Abu Dhabi winner, 2000.
Did she ever come? She came to MMA, I'm assuming.
BJJ.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah, man, come on. Man.
What's the question?
And she's
I'm looking up her MMA.
The Abu Dhabi is one of the highest level wrestling tournaments that you can enter. Wrestling, judo, sambo, BJJ.
Okay, but wrestling's not going to do it against Kayla. If you just try and wrestle against Kayla, you're going to get locked up in an arm bar, kind of like Sarah McMahon against Ronda Rousey. And back to that point, you said Ronda Rousey had time to get her feet wet.
But that's not
Kayla Harrison's. That's what she's doing. It's not Cyborg. But Cris Cyborg, to be fair, hasn't been fighting bantamweights as of late. Maybe she fought a strong Marlos Conan 3 years ago before she was in the UFC. But by the time she fights Kayla Harrison, Marlos Conan's going to be long behind her. So
Marlos Conan already retired a Hall of Famer. But I'm saying, though, see, Cris Cyborg fought Marlos Conan in her prime. They fought in her prime. And Cris Cyborg beat this dominant grappler, okay? She beat this grappler, this Abu Dhabi champion. She beat this woman twice, okay? With a very strong ground game. Now, if you're trying to tell me, okay, if you're trying to tell me that Kayla Harrison is going to present that, see, listen, I got to get you back. Because when you're on the mat versus being inside of the octagon, there's a difference. And with these judo people and these people that are strong wrestlers, they have a tendency to go to where their niche is when they can't handle themselves on their feet. And see, now you got the cage environment that's going to prevent a lot of the takedowns, okay? You got the actual octagon itself with more space. So now you're going to have Cyborg doing a great job of distance management, which Kayla Harrison, she's not good at distance management. And those jabs, I'm telling you, somebody with a good jab going to eat her up, man. Somebody with a nice jab, they're going to eat her alive.
That's a possibility, but I don't think she's going to get thrown to somebody with a deadly jab that's going to knock her out before she gets to Cris Cyborg. I think she's going to be preparing for that in the training camp. I think she's training with the best of the best in order to prepare for jabs. She's learning that from Amanda Nunes. And as far as the cage time, I get it. She's not on the mat. She's in the cage now. But she didn't just jump straight from judo straight in the cage. She took a whole year, and I'm sure and whenever she was in New York or New Jersey with Frankie Edgar, I'm sure they've got a gym, a replica gym inside their training facility, and she got to fill out the gym. I think she said herself, she took a whole year before her MMA debut, just doing hard sparring and training MMA just to prepare for her debut.
Hold on, though. I got a good question, though. Okay, so clearly what Full Time is saying that Kayla has is not really enough to convince you that even with time and training, she can pose a threat to Cyborg. So
not outstrike her.
She can't do it in 5 years. She can't.
I think she'd be able. Listen, man, I think if Cyborg was 37 and Kayla Harrison was 31 and she was undefeated, coming up, she was looking great, training with killers the whole time. For these next 4 years, if she was doing nothing but training at American Top Team, training with high-level wrestlers, the American Top Team has some of the best wrestling coaches out there, some of the best wrestlers in the UFC.
And I know people don't like wrestling with the best of them. Okay, Cris Cyborg. Look, she go around the world wrestling the best. See, she's just not in RVCA all the time. She's not there. She go around and she train with the best. Okay, she's getting a variety, and Cris Cyborg.
But she's also getting comfortable.
But comfortable, nah, man. Cris Cyborg.
As the champion, I think it's just a fact. The longer you're the champion, the more comfortable you get, and especially if you get comfortable fighting 135-pound fighters, and then you get thrown Kayla Harrison because you haven't been able to find a legit featherweight, and now you're dealing with the strength you haven't dealt with since way back in 2013.
And
She
matter of
fought
fact,
Marlos Conan in
matter of fact,
2013.
right?
She
But
might not fight
that's
Kayla Harrison until 2022.
but that's
So
when
she's not going to fight
but that's when
anybody that
Marlos
strong in a 9-year span.
but that's when Marlos is in her prime. And see, you're not guaranteed that Kayla Harrison is going to be undefeated. I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen to her. Okay, see, this the thing. Instead of this girl waiting and really just buying her time and waiting, you know what's going to happen? The hype train gonna add a caboose. The hype train gonna add a little red a chimney train to it, and then that damn hype train gonna fall off the tracks because she gonna get in there with somebody with some footwork that's able to manage the distance properly within an octagon. They're gonna be able to manage that distance. They're gonna light her up. She gonna get eaten up with a jab. Okay, she gonna try because she's no good at cutting off the octagon. She's going to get lit up with a jab, and somebody gonna light her up. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't think. I think that's if she had if she was a normal judoka, if she was just a normal judoka and had a ceiling, I agree. But this isn't. This is the 2-time gold medalist who's going to take that work ethic, and she's going to work on every single thing that you've named. She can work on in this time, and with her work ethic and her skills coming into this, I don't see why Ronda Rousey. If hindsight was 2020, you would say, "Oh, Ronda Rousey's going to meet somebody that's going to jab her face off. She's never going to go 7-0 and earn all these submissions."
I would say the same.
But what did she
because
do?
I've been saying that. I've been saying that about Ronda Rousey. I said even when I started first making videos, I said I got a video out there now. The people who would beat Ronda Rousey. I said Valentina Shevchenko was one, and I said that Holly Holm before Holly Holm even fought that fight. Now, how would I do that? I do film study, man, over and over and over. And I said that the person that defeats Ronda Rousey, they're going to have a stiff jab, and they're going to have to understand distance management. The person that can do that, Ronda Rousey going to sleep. And boy, I had people all over the place. Well, no, that's not accurate. They ain't gonna work. That ain't this. That ain't that. But guess what? The truth be told, that's what's gonna happen. See, the problem with her is gonna be an issue. Okay, she's going to fill in the holes of her game. You do get better. Okay, she's gonna fill in some holes in the game. But the thing of it is, man, you got people. They've been doing MMA, man. I'm talking about for decades, man. Almost 2 decades. Cris Cyborg been doing MMA since she can almost move, man. And you're telling me a person who was over in Brazil doing Vale Tudo, where they put you in there, you in every garbage organization. Okay, Cris Cyborg got more than 20 fights, man. Cris Cyborg done been active over 50 times in competitive combat sports, but a lot of those other fights are not listed because most of those fights were in Brazil that they ain't even have no kind of system. And she done been again. Look, it's people sitting in Brazil right now. It's judokas, it's BJJ experts sitting in Brazil right now. That if they get a chance to shine, they go in there, they submit Kayla Harrison. They could do it. It's people sitting over there right now, man, that you don't even know about.
Maybe today.
Man, look, it's people sitting over there right now. And look, man, if Kayla Harrison even thought, I'm telling you, man, the first thing Cris gonna do when she get in a clinch, man, she's gonna destroy that girl with elbows and knees, and she gonna suck the wind out of this girl. This girl gonna be a punching bag, man. Her head gonna be a punching bag. She gonna try to slip punches. Won't even know how to do that accurately because see, when you wrestle, it's just the neuromuscular patterns in your body, man. You just not a striker. Carla Esparza, who's gotten much better, man, extremely better, but still, the girl can't move her head. It's not there. You got to do this kind of thing for years and years, man. And when you're one-dimensional, history shows us every single one-dimensional fighter that's ever stepped into the octagon, they end up getting their behinds kicked. They end up losing, and they lose badly. I mean, do you actually want to know the fighters who are still hanging around that are multi-dimensional, they're successful now? You got people like Amanda Nunes, if we're talking women's MMA. You got people like Alexis Davis. Okay, you got people like Liz Carmouche. Okay, I mean, you got those people, man.
Sarah McMahon.
They
I hear what you're saying, but
to me, Sarah McMahon is one-dimensional. See, I don't.
I thought that you were saying one-dimensional. Yeah, I was thinking.
I'm talking about multi-dimensional fighters, man. Look, man, these fighters, they're dominant. The reason why they dominate because they understand everything. They understand everything. They don't understand just one facet. I guarantee if Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes could get in there and roll around on the mat, I guarantee Amanda Nunes would take control of that. Because it's levels, it's experience, man.
If they were to have a judo match, I think Amanda Nunes is getting dumped on her head. A judo match.
If Amanda Nunes was allowed to use her BJJ skills versus judo, I bet you Amanda would come out. and I bet you Amanda could submit it. Another person with
Maybe
an underrated
today.
ground
She's
game.
been training it longer. We got to give her time, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that her skills, she'll never be able to outstrike Cyborg. I get that, but I'm factoring everything, and I'm factoring age into it too as well. I'm factoring comfort. Cris Cyborg, if she goes 3 more years defending her title against these fighters she's been fighting, which are either bantamweights or fighters not as skilled as her, except for back in 2013 when she fought Conan, that she's not fought anybody of the size and grappling skill of Kayla Harrison. And Kayla Harrison also, it's not just she's coming over as a strong wrestler or just a bronze medalist in judo. She's coming over not only as the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, but she's training with the right team. She's gonna take the right fight. She's gonna work on her jab. They're gonna look at what Ronda Rousey did wrong, and they're gonna try to fix that. So in these next 4 years, while Cyborg gets more comfortable and older, I think that helps bridge the gap. That helps close the gap.
They can do whatever they want. They can train. They can go pray. They can fast. They can do whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna happen. Okay? Listen, man. Listen. See, they trying to avoid what Ronda Rousey did, but see, it's one thing you left out. See, her and Ronda Rousey, they both got mental issues. They both suffer with mental issues. I don't make fun of that, but I'm gonna tell you that now. The minute this girl, if Kayla Harrison ever get into a close fight, okay, early in her career, if she ever get into a close fight, if she ever loses, I guarantee you, okay, the mental torment on her is gonna be great. And see, Kayla Harrison, they ain't built like that, man. They not built like that mentally. Yeah, she can tell you, yeah, I want to be the best in the world. But you know, when I see somebody who say, well, you know, I used to have problems, mental issues with this, and I used to be depressed about this. Nah, man, I'm telling you now, she gonna get in there, she gonna see Cyborg, and she gonna be like, yo, I thought this girl aged out. I thought she couldn't hit this hard no more. And as soon as she take that first right hand, she gonna do a Yana Kunitskaya. She gonna fall to one knee trying to take her down. That's what she gonna do. And even if she gets
gets the takedown,
she's gonna get up. She's gonna get back up. She's gonna get back up to her feet because Cris Cyborg is also one of the best scramblers in women's MMA. One of the best. Okay? But the best scrambler, in my opinion, is Valentina Shevchenko. But Cris Cyborg is one of the best scramblers. One of the best people that can fight off her back in women's MMA right now. Okay? Cris Cyborg has a plan. That BJJ, I'm telling you, it's gonna come out. The BJJ is gonna come out. Cris is going to show you what her ground skills is. Look, man, she's wrestling Tito Ortiz every single day, man, when they go to training. She's wrestling him.
That's a good person to bring up, Tito Ortiz. Because I was just about to say,
he's one of the best wrestlers in the game.
Randy Couture used to be one of the best scramblers and stuff like that, but age catches up to everybody is what I'm saying. I think that's going to help bridge the gap.
We're talking about 2 athletes. We're talking about one who's been in the game for 2 decades.
The element of surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mary.
No, I was saying, not to mention, there's also the element of surprise. If you think back about how Jacek was always talking about how she did BJJ this or judo that and whatever, and she's just like, oh, I would choke Rose out. But then when Rose put you on the ground, you know, all she wanted to do was just stand back up. With Cyborg, I don't want to say that Cyborg is that one-dimensional. She's not. But when the role of surprise also comes into it, it'll take like a few seconds for you to snap into it, you know, and by that time it may or may not be that late.
Look, there's a real potential that if Cris Cyborg hits Kayla Harrison harder than she's ever been hit in the fight, early in the fight, Kayla Harrison might not recover. But if that doesn't happen, I think Kayla Harrison in that time, if she gets the clinch, I don't think it's just going to be game over for Kayla Harrison. Cyborg goes to town. I think she's going to be trying to get the fight to the mat. And once she gets the fight to the mat, me personally, I haven't seen Cris Cyborg grapple with anybody recently that's Kayla Harrison's size or has the credentials of Kayla Harrison.
Yana
Kunitskaya was, and again,
Yana's
she was
big.
coming up as the bantamweight champion from Invicta.
Right, but see, she spent a lot of time in her career fighting at featherweight and above. Yana's a big girl.
But the 145-pound wasn't around, or Kayla Harrison couldn't. Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying Kayla Harrison, she probably couldn't make 135 pounds if it was for $1 million. So she's gonna be a lot bigger than Yana Kunitskaya.
She fought against Vanessa Porto, who was bigger than her. Gina Carano was
She's
big
not
in
going to have the same skill. I haven't really heard of any. I mean, a lot of these girls are like on the, I guess,
Vanessa
underground
Porto?
WMMA scene.
Nah,
but
man.
if
Hey,
they're not in the U.S., I mean, even
Vanessa
the people
Porto's
talk.
see,
I was
look,
listening to your stream, I think 2 days ago, and they were saying
There's a
like
lot of people. Oh, good.
yeah, and I know it was someone else. They were saying there's people that really believe WMMA is a lot farther behind the men's MMA, and it is.
It is.
But I mean, people think that all WMMA fighters suck, and I was saying that's crazy if you think all of these fighters suck.
Oh, nah, that was Brian Jensen. That was Brian Jensen.
Yeah, and so I would say though the fighters in the UFC are still better than the fighters outside the UFC.
Well,
and so Ronda Rousey was able to have her success as a bronze level judoka Tarvarian. She was able to become the champion and beat a lot of fighters. Kayla Harrison is a 2-time gold medalist, not with Edmund Tarvarian. That's a lot bigger. Couldn't make 135 pounds unless you cut off one of her arms. And she's got a work ethic and a lot more to her that adds and closes that gap for me on even age.
So listen, here go the thing, man. Here go the thing. A lot of politics are involved with certain fighters not getting able to be into the UFC. There are a lot of skilled fighters that are not in the UFC right now that would go and put a butt whipping on Kayla Harrison, but it's politics, okay? A lot of the opponents
Right
that Cris fought early in her career, it was politics back then too, man. It was a lot of them. A lot of these fighters, man, who Cris fought, they're not gonna be able to get into the UFC, even if they try, because you know why? There are a lot of interest. You get a lot of these girls who Cris fought, some of these tough ones, they get in there and start beating up some of their favorite fighters. Well, you know, it's a huge money thing, okay? And see, what would you like? Would you like some of your top fighters, you know, being smashed up for 8 months? They can't fight for, 8 whole months? A lot of these fighters, man, are victims of politics. It's not a victim of skill set, okay? Cris has fought some skilled fighters. And actually, Cris done fought a whole lot of pioneers. She fought a lot of pioneers in her career. And so now we get it to right now. The girl's so bored, man, because you know what? Why would Cris even entertain? When Kayla Harrison called her out and said, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, one day I want to get in there and beat Cris Cyborg." Cris thought it was a joke, man. Cris don't even take this girl seriously, man. They looking at a bag, man. They looking at the bag, okay?
They looking at this blonde. Be a potential big bag, but you just help.
What they doing? They looking at this blonde hair. They looking at that smile, and guess what they gonna do? The first thing, yep. Here come a $2 million payday. All I gotta do is knock this girl out. That's it. All I gotta do is knock her out.
Better focus more on them gold medals, I'm telling you. But no, that's one thing I was gonna say that you made for me, kind of, is that Cyborg's bored. She's getting comfortable as the champion. She's talking about going and doing boxing and other stuff in the meantime, because she's already the UFC champion. What much more else is there for her to accomplish? I mean, she can go do boxing, but going and doing boxing is definitely not going to help you if you're on a crash course with Kayla Harrison, because that's, you know what I mean, yeah, you're going to outbox Kayla Harrison already, but you're doing Kayla Harrison's doing everything in order to build up to a fight with Cyborg. Cyborg's just looking for things to do because she's bored. Fight Amanda Nunes, I guess it's the champion versus champion, but it's another bantamweight. Holly Holm again. I guess we could do that. Maybe we could go boxing, but she's getting comfortable. She's getting content. Meanwhile, Kayla Harrison's in the gym watching Cyborg fight, thinking about beating Cyborg. What did Ronda Rousey do wrong?
Ronda Rousey ducked Cyborg. That's number one. Okay, she ducked Cyborg because conveniently Ronda decided to move out of the division. Subject for another video.
Ronda's a bantamweight.
Okay, but
I'm not.
No. Ronda ain't always been a bantamweight. No. Ronda left that division and Ronda moved down to bantamweight.
Now, if you can make the weight, you're a bantamweight.
No. And check it out. And Cris Cyborg, she training. Look, this girl travels around the world, man. You can't tell me she training every day. Cris Cyborg is grinding. Dude, man, come on. You can't get to this level, man.
I hope she got her gym on that plane.
That's fine. Hey, she Cris Cyborg. That's Cris Cyborg.
Yeah,
she training, man.
She's getting to the...
Look, man.
I believe it. I think she is the most talented fighter ever.
Listen.
As far as greatest skilled. I don't think Kayla Harrison's ever going to outstrike her.
Do you not think, man, listen, you not think for 1 second that Cris done looked at this girl and they sitting back, man, they laughing like, this girl really thinks she going to get in there with me? Because, you know, the first thing...
That's true, they are underestimating her. They're underestimating her.
The first thing that she going to do, okay, Cris going to want to give her that word, because you know they're going to keep hyping up. You know, media already doing it. The day after the girl fight, the media hyping her up already. She beat Brittany Elkin, 3-4 Brittany Elkin. Same girl that got knocked out by LaToya Walker, who now retired. Okay, they're gonna hype her up. Okay, Chris gonna say, okay, let's get this work going, and we're gonna see a cycle of excuses. See, they're gonna start.
A lot of people
it.
talk about Brittany Elkins. That's I mean, who did Ronda Rousey fighting her? Who did Cris Cyborg fighting her very first pro fight? I mean,
well, she
normally
lost.
you're not paying attention to somebody's
Cris
first
Cyborg
fight.
lost her first pro fight ever. She lost it, and then she been on a killing spree.
That sounds like Jimmy Rivera. I mean, you kind of, you know, he only lost one of his first fights. But look, the girl that Cris Cyborg, oh, look at it. Well, I guess it was when she fought Cyborg. I was about to say, look, the girl she lost to is only 3-2. She lost to a girl that lost to Betch Correia. Erica Price.
That was Chris's first pro fight.
Okay, hey, and that's what I'm saying. Everyone's talking about Kayla Harrison's first pro fight.
But do you know the percentage of people? Okay, you know the percentage of people that actually win their first pro fight? The percentage.
Do you know how many people would like train a year before they make their pro debut, and they train with Frankie Edgar, and they train with Eddie Alvarez, and they come over as a 2-time gold medalist? I would assume a lot of them would probably win their first fight.
That gold medal in Olympic judo. That gold medal in Olympic judo. I'm telling you.
2-time.
It's not gonna look. It ain't gonna mean a hill of beans when somebody got your face pushed into the fence, and they smacking you upside the head, giving you Stockton slaps all over the place. It's not going to make a hill of beans. It's not. Because this girl going to get in, okay? She going to push around all the people that they put in front of her. They're going to put a bunch of Brittany Elkins there. They're going to keep doing that.
I don't think so.
And then, listen, and when it's time to really step in there, I think Holly Holm will beat her. I'm just being real with you. I think Holly Holm will beat her. I think Amanda Nunes will beat her. You know why? Holly Holm, great takedown defense. See, how do you beat these wrestling people? If they can't take you down, the wrestler can't beat you. If they can't take you down, the judoka, they can't beat you. They can't win.
I agree.
What do you think's gonna happen when you get one of these girls that's got like a 90% takedown ratio, okay? And when they stuff everything that come at them, what is Kayla Harrison gonna do? What's gonna be her plan B? See, right now Kayla Harrison got a plan A. She's got a plan A. Take it to the ground.
I think she's working on her plan B. Right now, she has a plan A. And in these 2 or 3 years, that plan B is going to be getting better and better and better. And with her work ethic, she's going to grow a lot faster than other fighters. With her skills in judo and her teammates that she's training with, and her being motivated by Amanda Nunes and Joanna Jędrzejczyk and all of these other former champions she's training with that American top team, she's going to grow exponentially. And I think in that time, that's going to be her plan B. Her plan B is getting punched in the face and sparring by Amanda Nunes.
What's going to happen, man? Cris Cyborg going to take away her plan A. Her plan B going to be gone. And the only plan left is to take a complete butt whooping, which means a TKO. Okay? Cris is that skilled, man. She take away what people do best, okay? She does it. She took away Holly Holm's ability to strike. She took away Marloes Conan's ability to actually grapple and do what she does, what she's strong at. I mean, she took an Abu Dhabi champion, okay, one of the best in the world. She took that person and made Marloes Conan into a striker. Cris Cyborg got multiple game plans. Okay, they prepared for everything. She's gonna shut all of that down, and there's nothing. I'm just sorry. I'm not saying Kayla Harrison can't do it. I'm not saying but I'm just saying realistically, in the time period that she got to train, nah, man, because it's levels, man. There's skill levels to this. There's skill, just like you got levels in, getting a BJJ belt. There's levels to it. They just don't give them out, man. You can roll and flip your way and armbar your way to success up until you meet the well-rounded fighters, the fighter that know how to defend an armbar perfectly. They got those in MMA. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. Ashley Yoder versus Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern is a high-level BJJ expert. But what did Ashley Yoder do to her, man? Yoder
get dropped?
No.
Oh, no, we're talking about Amanda Bobby Cooper.
I'm talking about Ashley Yoder, the girl that actually
that's what I was talking about.
Ashley Yoder took away Mackenzie Dern's best took that away and completely, in my opinion, won that fight. Okay, completely won that fight.
I don't think Mackenzie Dern is the same fighter as Kayla Harrison. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think she's got the same skill set, the same mentality, the same training partner. She was training out of the MMA lab. The MMA lab is very skilled, and they've got fighters like, Sean O'Malley and Benson Henderson and stuff like that. They've got talented fighters, but that's not the camp that is Mark Henry, who's training Frankie Edgar, Eddie Alvarez, Marlon Moraes. Like, they train the best Zabit Magomed-Sharipov. Now she's training at American Top Team with the Tyron Woodleys, the Kobe Covingtons of the world, the Amanda Nunes, the Joanna Jade, the best fighters in the world. She's not just with Edmund Tarvarian. She's literally being brought up by the best in the world. And she came over as the best. Ronda Rousey can't even say that. She came over as a bronze medalist. This is the two-time gold medalist. And so
that's
with
all
that
she
work
got.
ethic,
That's all she got. That's
all. That's all. Ronda Rousey didn't even have that, and she was able to become a champion and armbar multiple fighters, wrestlers, strikers, get them to the ground. Ronda Rousey was able to do amazing things in the UFC until Holly Holm, and that was just with a bronze medal. So now amplify that.
Look, here go the thing.
But full time, that was when they weren't as evolved yet.
Yeah.
Okay, and so now guess whose training partners are more evolved? Kayla Harrison's. Guess who's getting more comfortable though? Cris Cyborg.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
I think so. You said yourself she was bored.
That's an opinion. She bored, but that don't mean she's not training to still dominate. That's not true. Matter of fact,
there's only so much more to do.
And it's a lot to do. See, Cris Cyborg got that Floyd Mayweather attitude. When he was fighting, okay, he fought like he was a poor man. He trained like he was a poor man. That's Cris Cyborg, okay? She trains just like she poor, like she don't have anymore, man. She's out there getting the best striking people to deal with. She's out there getting, wrestling with the best wrestlers, man. She's doing that because she don't want to have the thought of anybody coming in and trying to upset or take what she done got. See, for Cris Cyborg, it's more of a financial incentive to stay on top of her game. It's a much more financial incentive, and she's going to do that. See, Kayla Harrison, all she got is those gold medals, man. And we can say, well, Ronda Rousey beat all these people. Look, man, these fighters, they fought stupid because these other fighters who Ronda beat, they hyped Ronda up more than Ronda, more than Ronda thought about herself. They thought more about Ronda. So they fought Ronda game plan instead of fighting their game plan. But Holly Holm actually fought her game plan instead of trying to fight Ronda's game plan. And there were even points of the fight when Holly Holm actually, she did a power bomb to Ronda Rousey? She power bombed Ronda Rousey. So the thing of it is, man, when Kayla Harrison, she get up in there, and I'm just saying she can try to, try to bully her around the ring. She can try all of that. Once she get cracked with a right hand and an elbow, I'm telling you, that's all she wrote. And man, I see this coming a mile away, man. I'm telling you, I see it coming a mile away. I saw it with Ronda Rousey. I called it. I've been calling to Ronda. I said Ronda gonna lose to somebody that get in there and use a good jab. And I'm telling you, this girl, she gonna be suspect. It's coming. It's coming.
See, and that's, I'll say this. I mean, and we'll probably agree to disagree, but that's, in my opinion, kind of the easy position to take because we don't know if it's going to be your second fight or third fight. It might not happen for 7 years, but 7 years when it happens, I'll be right. And I'm like, but in the meantime, every time she gets a W and she looks better and better each performance, she's proven that she is, and she's proven that she's not Ronda Rousey. Then I think, I don't know. I just think even if she doesn't, and just to make my argument clear, I'm not saying Kayla Harrison is ever gonna be the more technical than Cris Cyborg. She's never gonna be able to outstrike Cris Cyborg. But what I will say is styles make fights, and when you're used to fighting bantamweights, when you're getting comfortable as the champion, and you've got this girl who's been training her whole career to beat you, and we know she's training with the best in the world. She's bigger than a lot of the opponents you've been fighting today, and she's gonna have some serious skills. Yeah, you're gonna have your advantages as well, but styles make fights. And
so training her whole career, you mean like all 14 months? Okay, I'm trying to get at a point here, man.
No. Whenever she's fought Cyborg, it'll be a lot more than 14 months. It'll be 4 years.
Realistically, they're gonna try to push that fight within a
on top of her judo career.
Within a 2 to 3 year period, they're gonna try to push that fight. Listen, let me tell you, okay, her level, it's not gonna be there. Okay, it's not gonna be there. She's gonna get a whiff of what real high level competition is. Okay, she's gonna get a whiff. And it's not going to be a Brittany Elkin. It's not going to be these type fighters. It's going to be when she's stepping there against Cyborg in 2 to 3 years. That's the time frame. She's going to look across the octagon. She's going to size her up. And she's going to say, damn, this is what I got into. And after she take that first right hand, it's coming because you know what Kayla Harrison going to try to shoot. She's going to try to shoot. It's not going to work. It's not gonna work.
But do you think
She
she
gonna
has
get
the
clipped.
skills to get to Cris Cyborg? Do you think she's good enough to beat everybody else but Cris Cyborg?
No, I think Holly Holm could beat her. I think Jermaine Durandame could beat her. See, and the people that I'm naming, they got good takedown defense, okay? They don't get taken down very often. Their takedown defense is good. And see, takedown defense on the mat is totally different, man. It's completely different. When you get inside the octagon, your takedown defense is it's actually a lot better. Okay, now if Durandame and Holly Holm is on a judo mat, then yeah, Kayla Harrison can take him down. You put him in the octagon, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen that fast. And I think Holly Holm can shut all that down, piece her up. I think Jermaine Durandame could piece her up. I'm just saying, right now, you still got all these people in between Cris and Kayla. I mean, you got all these people in between, man. Then you're going to have all the girls from the Tough tournament that's coming in, man. Heck, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, I think Cindy Dandois would beat her. I'm just being honest. I think Cindy Dandois would beat her. The soccer mom. I think she'd beat her.
I don't. I mean, maybe today, maybe Cindy Dandois, maybe Holly Holm. Yeah, they probably beat her today. But I think if you give her time to do, she's her first pro fight. There's not a lot of fighters that have to fight Holly Holm in their second pro fight or even their third pro fight. So whenever she's 7-0 or 6-0 and she's developed, she's been, because I think she's going to develop exponentially.
Boy,
I think she will be ready to fight all of those fighters that you named in a couple of years, because not only does she have the room to grow with who she's training with. She's training with champions, former champions, the best MMA fighters in the world, the guys, not just the girls, but the girls too. And she's shown what she was able to do in her past when she was able to become the best judoka in the world 8 years in a row. I mean, 2 different Olympic gold games. All of that is competition experience as well. It's not combat sports technically, but it's still some sort of grappling. And she was the best in the world for 8 years. And I think all of that, I don't think it's just going to be her skills that are what take her past all of these fighters. I think it's going to be everything, the complete package that is Kayla Harrison, and even like you said, politics. Even if it's her matchmaking for the beginning, if she had to fight Holly Holm tomorrow, yeah, she might lose. But if you give her someone better than Brittany Elkins, don't just give her 5 Brittany Elkins, increase the level of competition. Next, let's move to somebody that's even. Then let's fight someone with the winning record. Then let's fight somebody with 10 pro fights with the winning record. Then we're talking about moving to the UFC. But if you just fight can after can after can and you're not actually improving, yeah, that's one thing. But that's not Kayla Harrison to me. So I don't think if she was just trying to fight people that were not on her level or that were not competition, she would have got to the gold medal twice. I don't think that would have been her. And as far as being mentally weak, and this is I don't want to go all the way into this topic, but she has went through some things in her past as well that probably made her mentally tough that she had to deal with. So I don't think she's mentally weak. Now, I'm not saying she's going to be able to eat a punch from Cris Cyborg and just shake it off, but maybe if she spars right, she spars hard, and she doesn't make the mistake of never getting punched in the face before getting in that Cyborg fight. If she's been punched in the face by then, I don't see any reason she's just going to get demolished with all of this years of training with the best people in the world.
Man, look, she can train with Jesus himself, and he can come down from heaven. But the thing of it is, here's reality, okay? Here's reality. You're going to get in there, okay, with the best overall, one of the best I think Valentina Shevchenko could beat her. I'm just being honest. But we're one of the best, technically, all-around fighter in mixed martial arts. It's called MMA. They call it mixed martial arts for a reason. It's not called judo martial arts, okay? If it was, then everybody would be doing judo. But there are other elements, man. You got Cris know elements of Krav Maga, man. Cris knows Sambo. I mean, Cris knows shootbox. Dude,
Colby Covington was just able to defeat Rafael Dos Anjos, and people look at him more as a one-dimensional wrestler. I mean, you have to have the basics of everywhere else, but he's more of a wrestler. RDA's a former champion, more well-rounded.
There are also other things that Colby Covington possessed that Kayla Harrison don't. Like, Colby Covington is
he's with the American top team.
He's 10 times more athletic, man. That's number one. He's able to cut off the octagon much better. Kayla Harrison followed Brittany Elkin around until she caught her. Okay, Colby Covington is athletic. The guy can cut off the octagon better than anybody, okay? He's got a speed advantage, man. The guy's lightning fast when it comes to cutting off and getting in somebody's face. Nah, man, Kayla Harrison is slow. Okay, she's slow. And you're going to get somebody with some footwork. They're going to keep that range, man. This girl going to try. She's going to try to shoot. She's going to try them takedowns. And it's going to be like Wonder Boy and Tyron Woodley all over again. I'm telling you. And then she gonna get hit, she gonna get dropped, and then Cris Cyborg gonna come in and start laying that leather, man. See, it's a level, man. Cris has seen more situations, man. It's almost like, man, you playing a video game for the first time. You playing a game and you don't know how to beat the boss, man. You don't know what you're doing, but you going in there, you playing this game because there's levels to the game. But then you got this person over here who been playing a video game, like what, 5 months more than you. They're gonna go in there, they're gonna beat the boss. I mean, it's the same analogy, man. Kayla Harrison, she not gonna go in there for what, after training 3-4 years. Cris Cyborg still, man, she's still gonna be a good fighter in 3 or 4 years, man. The woman is not taking punishment like that. Okay, Cyborg is on another level, man.
It's not
Look,
just about
Cris
punishment. It's also
Cris
about
is
getting
on,
older. It's also about getting comfortable. It's about the
she not
intangibles, in
comfortable,
my
man.
opinion.
Cris ain't
It's about
comfortable.
everything,
Look,
not
man,
just the skills, in my opinion.
Cris is on another level mentally. She's on another level physically. She's on another level spiritually. And when you got
I
those
don't,
three working for
I don't
you,
know where these girls are at spiritually.
Cris Cyborg's on a whole nother level spiritually. And see, the thing of it is, man, when you bring all that into the octagon, when you bring it in there, and when you know for a fact that you have your person, okay? You have your person, okay? You have your person there, and that person is ready, okay? Then that's what it is. Hey, full time, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, check it out, man. I'm gonna show this real quick.
Okay, I was gonna say pretty soon I'm gonna have to get out of here just
me too.
because I got. Okay, yeah, all
Hey,
right.
full time. Check it out, man.
Yep.
Hey, you got somebody who looked up my my old phone number from 10 years ago. Hey, and I put it up on the screen. Hey, it no longer works. But guess what? I know your number. Hey, and yeah, we're gonna probably cut this short, man. But I know who you are. Okay, I know who you are. So we're gonna end this off, okay? But just know,
Okay.
hey, full time. I know
Yes, sir.
exactly who this is, okay? And I've been telling
All
you.
right.
But yeah, we'll cut it off here, man, because I know we both got to go. But man,
All right. Well, it was fun, man. I enjoyed the chat, and if I'm not gonna convince you. I mean, it was wishful thinking to think I was gonna convince you, but still, man, I'm just saying I'm hyped for Kayla Harrison. I'm not guaranteeing she's gonna beat Cris Cyborg, but I'm definitely hyped to watch her fights, and I think she possesses some serious skill. And even if she doesn't ever dethrone Cris Cyborg, I think it's gonna be fun to watch her MMA career. And that's just me as an MMA fan. I think, especially her MMA debut, I think she showed some serious skill, and she's training with some killers.
okay, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. I mean, that's
All
your
right.
closing argument. I think Cris Cyborg destroys this girl.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know why I felt like I had to make that sound to let you know the debate is over, and this is just closing. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on the debate real fast. Personally, I don't feel like either of us lost the debate. You can let me know in the comments, but I feel like my point was missed just a little bit in the beginning of the debate. I wasn't saying or guaranteeing Kayla Harrison is going to dethrone Cris Cyborg. I'm arguing the potential. I'm arguing her mind. I'm arguing a lot of my argument has to do with the intangibles and what we've saw Kayla Harrison already do in the past. So so I'm not making any guarantees. I'm not saying Kayla Harrison's ever going to be able to outstrike Cris Cyborg, because yes, Cris Cyborg is a lot more well-rounded and she's the pound-for-pound greatest. So yeah, Kayla Harrison's gonna always have problems trying to get past Cris Cyborg's range and reach, and through her jab and just everything she presents as striking in the fight. But if Kayla Harrison just works and works for the next 3 years, training with the best of the best, increasing her competition, I think her game plan against Cris Cyborg would be a lot more grappling involved. I think all she would have to do as far as the striking is concerned, and it's a lot easier said than done, of course, but I'm just saying, she's not going to be going in there trying to outstrike Cyborg. She's going to be trying to get Cyborg in a clinch and get Cyborg down, and yes, that's not guaranteed to work, but I'm just saying she's got the potential to get there, and that's my opinion. But of course, Coach Shelton Harrison is the expert in WMMA, and he believes it's never going to happen. And to be fair, on Coach's side, since he's not here to really give an extra closing argument like I am, but still, Coach, I don't feel like I won the debate either. You know, in the debate, we both said our sides. Neither one of us really left convinced. I think we both we know where each other are at. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But to be fair to Coach also, because part of my argument was the age factor. Age catches up to everybody. but Cyborg's only like 5 or 4, and she maybe 5 years older than Kayla Harrison. So it's not like Kayla Harrison's really that much younger than Cyborg. To like, let's say they fight when Cyborg's 36 and Kayla Harrison's 31. That's not much of an age advantage for Kayla Harrison. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Cyborg will be getting more comfortable while Kayla Harrison remains hungry, and there's a lot of intangibles that go into it. So with that being said, man, I've definitely said enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the debate. Make sure you check the description box for Coach Shelton Harrison's link to his channel, and make sure you hit subscribe if you enjoyed this debate, and also if you enjoyed WMMA or boxing, he covers that as well too. Biased but balanced. It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to become a full-time MMA blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, or black belt, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/fulltimemma. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.